Right, well we're back again. Another video. This one is a little bit different, a bit of an intro to what I'm going to be doing. So if anyone's into guitar, they probably watch Paul at Mile House Studios. He's a luthier from Devon and he makes guitars, and he's just a generally hilarious guy. If you've not watched his videos, go and watch them because they're so funny. Anyway, so I was watching his video the other week and he was on about a charity thing that they're doing called Jurgs Cup. So it's the 4th time they've done it. So to enter the Jurgs Cup you buy some merch. So I bought this shirt, I've also bought a hat which is on its way, not come yet. So a while back I was going to try and build my first guitar, so I bought all this stuff and I just kind of gave up with it because it ain't easy, it's going to be difficult. So, but big Metallica fan, big James Hetfield fan, so I wanted to basically try to make his Ken Lawrence Explorer Carl that he has, so but with a bit of my own twist. Anyway, I was on a job, I'm a joiner, so I was on a job. We took some mahogany patio doors out of a job, so I saved the wood. So basically this is as far as I got with everything. I bought a piece of ebony to make a fretboard with, which is quite nice, got a nice little grain to it, so that looks quite cool. I also had a Explorer that I traced and made a template, so this is what I'm going to work to. So I chopped up this body is actually I think a three-piece blank that I made out of some old windows. So I roughed it out, chopped it out roughly, and then the idea was to go around that with a router and tidy all the edges up. The neck was this, so kind of just drew on a rough shape, so that's what I was going for. It's very chunky. Then again, made a template out of some MDF that I had, worked out all the spacings for the tuners, so that's the template for that, which does need altering because I think I overcut the headstock or something. Anyway, so that's the wood that we're going to use for this build. And then I bought some stainless steel frets pre-cut, so that's for that. Some Geica hardware, so I bought the I don't know if anyone's ever seen James Hetfield's Carl guitar, but it is I'll just move this down here. James Hetfield's Carl guitar is like a rusticy type thing. It was made with some old parts of the garage. So there's some like aged brass tunematic bridge. So that's the bridge that's going to be going on it. Some aged brass. Picked one up on this. Again, I've had all this stuff for months. Well, I've had it over a year actually. So there's the Geica locking machine heads. So that's what's going to be going on. Put them in there. Back in there. These are all Geica parts. These are the knobs. So some nice little coppery brassy knobs for it. output jack, hole, and then pickup rings. And then I've had a set of, very dusty set of EMG's, James Hetfield signature EMGs, the het set, so they will also be getting fitted. I did have these in a Les Paul, but I took them out when I sold it, put the original pickups back in it, kept these. So these are what will be going in the Explorer. And then if you have ever seen Hetfield's Carl, the top of it is like wood, like panels of wood. So I have ripped down some oak planks, which I'm going to glue together to create the look of what I want to go for on this. So basically it's going to be sort of like, I think that was my centre line, like a block. I can't remember what it's set out now, but I've got more of those that I've put down. You get the idea. So this is oak out of a bit of a post, like a newel post for a for a handrail, and then again this was some windows. So when that started life, this is what it looked like. So this was what I got. This is mahogany. So this was a set of, this was a pair of patio doors, which I have ripped in half. So I think, yeah, no, that was the leg. Yeah, that must have been like a block, been ripped in half with a saw. They've gone planed them up, and I've not finished these ones yet, but these will be make a blank for something else eventually. So yeah, that's what they started off life as. Then I've made it into that, so which is thin, but once that's on it, it'll be like full thickness. So I've got my centre line drawn on there. So the next stage on this now that I am going to continue to make is I need to figure out my scale length. Figure out my scale length on my neck, and then I think order the truss rod. So I wanted to do a spoke wheel truss rod, so I did message Paul at Milo Studios via Instagram, and he has told me what I need to do to measure it. But if you get the idea, it's going to be, I think the body was about there somewhere. It's going to be, can you see it on there? Which way do I need to go? That way. Oh. That's what we're going for. That's what we're going for. So we'll see how we end up. But yeah, this is the effort. So I've left everything big, because if you watch Paul's videos, he tries to leave the necks. He tries to leave the necks as full as possible until the last minute. So I think I need to actually put the truss rod in, get that routed, and then do the fretboard, and then shape this to keep it as flat for as long as possible, I think is what he says. So again, I need to just refine my template, and then that should work out pretty well. But yeah, that's what we're going for. So we'll see how it turns out. first guitar I'm ever going to make for this, the Jurgs Cup. So that's a little intro. Some of the Jurgs Cup. I'll get my Jurgs Cup t-shirt on next time. I'll post some videos building this, or trying to build this. So yeah, follow along. It's going to be fun.